8% out there, and we're down to teens. After the Industrial Revolution, it was like 22%, and we're in the teens. So even if you're eating the right food, you're walking out into oxygen levels that man wasn't created to exist in, to thrive in. And all cancer cells, herpes viruses, they're all anaerobic. They can't live in an oxygenated environment. So, we're living in a pretty toxic world, and that's okay because I'm not ready to go to the rainforest or ascend to, another level. So I have to find some kind of balance in this crazy, bizarro world that man has created. And for me, detoxing and cleansing my body has done that for me, and I recommend it for everybody. I think it's a panacea for everything.
I think here it's way more than just the health. It's really reclaiming our greatness. There's really something that is really, really tied in with opening our potential, and that's what the Juicy Living Tour is all about, really opening this potential up, having those brain cells working, having the creative juice going, and for that, to reclaim that potential, food is a huge component, and otherwise we're in this vicious circle. We have to break free, and there is something to say about that, and I don't know what your thoughts are.
Well,
I kind of do, but
I'm kind of hopping at to say something as you're talking, because you are so perfectly correct. And when people do my detox, at the end of class, we do like a testimonial day. Mm-hmm. And it's so amazing how people get up and they go, the main thing that they find is that they've fallen in love with themselves again. That's the most important part of detoxing the body. And then later on, oh yeah, I lost 15 pounds, or oh yeah, my arthritis is... But the first thing out of most people's minds, like you said, reclaiming, is they fall in love with themselves again. And when you're in love with yourself, it's kind of hard to be bad to yourself. So you hit it perfectly. It's reclaiming your power. And I'm not about, never go to a doctor, although I haven't been in 40 years personally, but I don't recommend that for anybody else. But it's giving away and assuming that everyone and everything outside of you has better answers for you than you. And we are born with all the answers. If you're depressed and feeling miserable, all you have to do? Turn up the corners of your mouth, and if you can't muster it, then you just take your fingers and do that, and you start to giggle. Yes. If you're feeling a little down, all you have to do is lift your sternum. We have the power within us. Yes, we need each other. We are symbiotically connected. But our own existence, we all know it in here, and that's why I'm not a big believer in saying you need 8 glasses of water a day, you need this many grams of this, how can I tell you what you need? What I can do is help you to wake up, to find out where you're supposed to be, and that's what my detox class and my Soak Your Nuts and my book is all about, helping you wake up to your reality, not mine.
And I believe this is a huge part of your success, if I may say, because you are not originally a businesswoman, and yet you have you're doing really well, and you have successful businesses. So there's something about that by reclaiming your own potential and eating the way you are, you've been guided. What's been going on here?
I've been homeless and without food for my kids. I was physically abused. I'm a one-woman Oprah show. I drank, smoked pot. I was not who I am today. I'm on like the 3rd or 4th reinvention of myself, and that's what life's all about too. It isn't about being in perfection. It's about continually reinventing yourself and finding new challenges, because that keeps you young too, as much as the food. Everybody said, why is she opening up another restaurant? I'm getting ready to open up a cooking school now. And why is she opening up a cooking school? Because you know what? It's putting me on the edge again. It's making my creative juices whirl to keep things going. I can teach detox with my eyes closed now. I can make food while I'm sleeping practically. So now it's time to do something else, to challenge myself. And I think that's just as important as the food you eat. Like you said, it's the whole, making your whole life juicy and exciting, and always looking for something new, and helping people too. I think that's a huge part.
That brings a lot of satisfaction too.
And it reverberates right back to you. Mm-hmm. It comes right back. Mm-hmm. Whatever you put out there, it's like a boomerang. Mm-hmm. And I do want to say something very quickly, because I have been successful, but I do have to give a shout out to my husband, who has helped me, because he is a businessman, and he has helped direct me too in the right direction with a lot of this. I intuitively, I would say 95% of it I intuitively know, but I'm not, ask me to add 2 and 2 in an empty bubble over my head. It's not my,
No, and you're a co-creator. You co-create. You've attracted him to start with.
Exactly. I have one of the best marriages on the planet. I really do. And we've been together almost 30 years, and I'm as madly in love with him today as I was.
And you still eat meat?
No.
No? Oh.
No, he still smokes cigarettes.
Oh.
No, he smokes cigarettes. And people, oh no, I couldn't be intimate with anybody that eats meat. How do I? But he still smokes cigarettes. And people say to me, oh my God, how are you married to somebody that smokes cigarettes? And you know what? Oh my God, how do you eat meat? You know, they just haven't made the campaign out of it. It's terrible. It breaks my heart, but I'm not his mother. I'm his lover. And unless you ask me what my recommendation is for you, I'm not telling you anything. It's not my place in life. Mm-hmm. So for whatever reason, he needs this. When he's ready to change it, I'm hoping and praying he will. But I don't nag. I dated a lot of jerks that didn't smoke, so he's thoroughly supportive. He has his own business, and he helps me with mine. He's thoroughly supportive. And, you know, I guess the point I'm making is we shouldn't judge anybody. We shouldn't make choices for anybody on any level. Yes. Who are we to do that? People say to me, oh, your husband smokes, and I go, yeah, but you eat meat. I'm not judging your meat. I'm not judging your cigarettes. I'm not judging any choices you make. I'm not judging
I think it's a comfort.
Your clothes. Yeah.
It's a place of feeling comfortable and reassuring yourselves for the change that we're not ready to take on.
Yeah, the judging.
Yeah, and it is time to keep an open heart and mind.
Everybody, because that's the only way you encompass people.
Yeah, and then we choose.
Yes, yes.
It's okay not to choose this, but the information has to be out, and it is something that's been out, so I'm not going to say revolutionary, but on
the way the rest of the world is going, it is revolutionary because, you know, your followers and the people that see me, we're like a little pimple on the universe in reality. You know, you may have 1 million followers, I could have hundreds of thousands, but we're still a pimple with what's going on in the rest of the world. So everywhere we can make a difference and plug up a hole, it does spread it around. And so, you know, bless you for what you do, being your little traveling juicy.
Thank you, Karyn. Well, it's absolutely amazing. I'm so happy you got to spend this moment. And coming to Chicago, I had to interview the raw food goddess and more. I mean, it's impossible to encapsulate you in just one title, but thank you very much for this conversation.
Thank you. And I just like to remind anybody that I meet along the way is that if you don't take care of this, the most magnificent machine you'll ever be given, where are you going to live?
Thank you. Much, much love, my beautiful co-creators from Chicago and Illinois, and I'll be soon in Toronto, Montreal, Quebec, New York City, back to Hawaii and to Holland. I mean, there's some exciting adventures. And thank you for your support. You know, the tour works on donation, so your support is always welcome. All these videos are available for free out on the internet, and it's such a delight to be at service for the great good.
Link to our web so people could find to do donations to you too, because
bring it on.
The work you're doing is so important. We need to help you.
Thank you, Karyn. Much love, my juicy co-creators.